Yo, thank you for coming by my site. This is Tori Magoo. It is the 20th of October, and I am here talking about Scientology and the inmates running the asylum, which I'm going to put a link on this with Mike Rinder, who actually talks about it in way more specifics, and Tony Ortega. But I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's kind of amazing. I'm going to set my friend down. This is one of my friends from my house. I told you I got all kinds of groovy guys. See, he's like Mr. Cool. Straw man. Scientology, that's what they are, right? And my witch hat, of course. Which they are, really. That's what they are, witches. You know, there's like good witches and bad witches, and they're pretty much bad witches. The ones that are running the asylum, that's for sure. And that's David Miscavige. And you know what? He's really having a very, very hard time. And why is that? I'll tell you why. Because he's got 3 court cases coming up. And one of them has a monumental thing that just happened. Well, actually 2 of them. But the first one has to do with enforced abortion. And, of course, the Church of Scientology denying it, saying we would never do something like that, which is a total lie. And there's videos on the internet of people explaining how that happened to them, write-ups, Mary Tabbioyan's write-up, etc. But Laura DiCrescenzo is now suing them, and it went all the way up to the Supreme Court with her attorneys saying we want to see her folders, because when you do auditing, they write everything down. And as it gets, every session goes into what's called a folder. And it's your first folder, your second folder, your third folder. I think I have 72 folders. I have like a ton because I did a lot of co-auditing where you would audit me, I'd audit you. So you can do a lot more because it doesn't cost as much money. Okay, so point being, the information is in the folders on a lot of people. And a lot of it's stuff Scientology doesn't want known. Okay, so now they say, okay, the attorneys say we want to see her folders. And they're like, no, we own them. And for years, for like 50, 60 years, they've said, we own the folders. It's our religion. That's our, that's part of our religion. You can't see it. Nobody can see it, right? And I was there when they even came up with priest penitence privilege, which they thought, that was during the Wallersheim trial. And they thought, I know, we'll put these on every single folder, and then no one can ever look at them. Well, guess what? It went up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said no dice. The attorneys get to look at the folders. So that's a huge precedent set right there. Now, let's come to number 2, Tony Ortega. I'm going to put the link in here, which you can read, because it's very, very detailed on what happened. But in a nutshell, the church is now admitting that they sent the squirrel busters. They ordered the squirrel busters. And it's a really wacky thing. You've got to, I'll put a link in here to the video where you can hear where they start admitting to this stuff. But it's all under the guise of they don't want David Miscavige doesn't want to get sued. So he's trying to distance himself from the church and RTC, which is hysterical because he runs it. So it's like, hello. It's very, very funny. And it's very witchy. And it's excellent. Things are happening now that 10 years ago we couldn't have even imagined that could happen. And media, I want to thank the media because they are definitely picking up on these stories and running them. Tony, I can't thank you enough because you have educated so many people so fast on what's really going down. People who are making videos about it, passing on videos. Even if you don't have a YouTube site yourself, you can pass on videos or links to other people so they get educated also. Because the more people that are educated, the less people are going to go in. And that's their big problem right now, is that they can't get people to go in. And who would want to? You type in Scientology in the internet, and there's their side and there's our side. And there's a lot of information, and it isn't necessarily good. And that isn't usually because of us. That's because of what Scientology has done, and it continues to do on a regular basis. They're doing fair game right now today. You can go to Religious Freedom Watch and see there are billions of lies about me and how I had an affair and blah, blah, blah. I say bring them over. I'd like to meet who I had an affair with. Oh, really? I don't have any money? Look around my house. Where is the money that I supposedly spent all this money of my husband's? Give me a break. I never worked. I worked all my life. What are they talking about? I never worked. They don't include being a mother as part of being working, which is a huge American problem. Because people will say all the time, oh yeah, my wife doesn't work. And I go, do you have any kids? Oh yeah, we have 5. Well, then don't ever say your wife doesn't work, because that is incredibly hard work. But besides working as a mother and as a housewife and as a wife for my husband, making sure that he was making money, I also had my own businesses making money and bringing it in and paying for things. So, there's just one lie after another lie after another lie. Now, the gentleman that says he runs Religious Freedom Watch is Joel Phillips. And Joel, you know what? It's time to call you out, pal. You're a businessman and you're a liar, and you know it. I saw you at a picket. You can type in Joel Phillips and Andreas Heldeland, and they're there talking. And at the end of that, I say, you've got flat out lies about me on Religious Freedom Watch. And he goes, well, if you want to change it, just send me an email. Well, guess what? I have, and he's never answered it. He has the whole thing, oh, if you find any lies, I'll correct them. Bullshit. No, you won't. You've got your lies there. You won't talk to anybody. And there's tons of other people with lies about them on Religious Freedom Watch, too. I mean, the name itself, Freedom Watch, hello? You can't even talk to us. And you're saying that it's freedom? No, that's not freedom. That's deep witches. And not good witches, bad witches. All right? So you have to know who you're dealing with. A lot of great things are happening for the good side now. And these straw men, David Miscavige and his little yeehaws who are following him around, are the inmates. And they are now running the asylum. So if you're in and you're lurking, you may see me and go, wow, she really looks crazy. Okay, fine. I don't really give a shit what you think I look like. You don't have to listen. That's the neat thing about being on this side of things. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to believe the next guy. You can go and take the information, do your own research. I'm going to put some links in here to some great information. Look at it, watch it, learn it, and then make up your own mind. But do not just make up your own mind because, oh, she has on a funny hat and she looks kooky. No, I can take off my hat. See? Now, my hair's all messed up, but I can fix it, and you can see it anyway. Here. There we go. I get it all messed up. There we go. See? Now I don't have on my kooky hat. There you go. See? All right. There you go. There you go. See? But if you're in, you can't just take off your hat and leave, can you? That's a different story. And that is the difference in freedom and a trap. Right? And you don't want to be in a trap because it has cheese that smells and looks really good. But man, once you get in it, bam, there you go. You're in. Damn. Again. So don't stay in that trap. Get on out. Come on out. Come on over to this side because we are having an excellent time. Day after day, week after week, and more people are coming out because of it. So you might as well too. Why waste your life with a bunch of knuckleheads? And that's all they are. Remember, the links are going to be in here. And I love you guys. Bye-bye.